my parents, I thank God. I was just saying to myself, imagine my parents were not alive. Can you imagine my parents were not alive to come and say, no, ọmọ mi nìyẹn. Imagine if they're not alive. But thank God, my parents are alive. My father is alive. My mother is alive. They've done an interview, fantastic, beautiful interview, where they talked about when they met, what year I was born, the hospital I was born. And my parents, they are very good. They keep a lot of record. So even their patient card, your card when you go to hospital, they even have it. Birth certificate, everything. So you will not hear any story that, something happened to all my documents. And so I'm swearing affidavit. No, we have all the original documents, you know. And they put out an interview and they've talked about it and everything. And, I think after some time, if you want to continue lying when two people have come and say this is our child, then you are a very stupid person. So I don't see that happening. But even if they want to bring it out, we'll just put that interview out. So that's it. By God's grace. It's Orobi. Orobi. Yes. And if you and it's not even hard to find. If you go on Google and just say Orobi Roads. All my uncles at the point just before they died, they changed their name Orobi Roads, right? And that's how they used to go by. If same thing with Ogumade. Ogumade is one of the ruling families in Lagos State. If you go, if you go to the streets that are named after them, you see Ogumade Davis. So that's the interesting thing with Lagos families. Like their names tell a lot of story and a lot of history. It's a very, very painful thing. It's very, very sad. And a lot of people might not fully appreciate how deep this thing is. So I'm going to try and explain and break it down. First, Lagos State Assembly is not just any assembly. Lagos State politics is not just any politics. Between 1900 and 1950, there was no politics in Nigeria outside Lagos. All the politics of Nigeria happened in Lagos. So Lagos State has started its politics before, in terms of this contemporary politics, before any other states in Nigeria. Everybody will come from all over Nigeria to talk their matter in Lagos State between that time. So that's the history of this contemporary politics that we have. Then it was painful to see elected state assembly members be be defiled and disgraced the way the electorate were disgraced in 2023. Because you saw a situation where people that have a voice, they want to express their votes democratically. But then somebody else is saying, no, I have the final say. And I will use force, I will use violence, I'll use intimidation. You, the people, you cannot have your say. Me, the one man, I have my say over you, the people. And that is a coup. It is not a democracy anymore, right? Because democracy power, you either get power through the barrel of a gun or through the ballot box. But now in Lagos State, they are doing something that's in the middle, where you have the pretending process of electioneering, but then somebody else is using force to come and get what they want. The DSS said that it's not them that invaded the state assembly. I'm sure you might have seen a lot of news channels and people came out to apologize to DSS that they said they're not the ones. So who are those people that came? Nobody has answered that question. Who are those people that came with gun into the state assembly? Nobody has answered that question. They said they found guns in that place that are linked to Obasa, the speaker, Honorable Obasa. What investigation has been done to the legality of that stockpile of weapons? And why is a stockpile of weapons being stored at the State Assembly? Nobody has answered that question. His people came together and said they are removing him. A majority. This is a man that has been speaker for over 10 years. A majority of people came and said that they are removing him because of financial misappropriation. One of those things was using 17 billion naira to build a gate. A gate, though. That gate is not carrying you to heaven. It's not bringing you from hell. It's not bringing your people you might have lost back from somewhere. It's just a gate for you to drive your car to 17 billion. And people are not eating in this Lagos. People are not eating. People cannot eat 3 times a day now. The people that eat one meal today eat the next meal the next day. They are spending 17 billion on a gate, and there's no investigation. They say it is a family affair. Meanwhile, that same family affair is the most expensive state assembly in Nigeria. 128 billion. 124, 128 billion is their budget. It's the largest budget in Nigeria. The one that comes after that is Plateau, which is about 46 or 47 billion. So Lagos State Assembly, their budget is 5 states combined. That's what they are calling family affair. Family affair that they are not paying for. That we, the citizens, is paying for. So you pay all that money and this is what you get. I was proud of the State Assembly for standing their ground. The first time that this invasion by unknown gunmen came into the State Assembly. The second time when Honorable Obasa came again, they stood their ground. They went to court. They stood their ground. That is what democracy is supposed to be. We did not say we are going to vote for a rubber stamp for people that will just say, yes, the Godfather said something and they are going to do it. We voted for people that will fight for our interest, not the Godfather's interest. So it's very sad to see them turn around and bring back this man. But it also shows Lagos State that these people they are workers for Bola Ahmed Tinubu. They are his workers. They are not our representatives. They are his workers. He uses them to maintain his hold on Lagos State. That's what they are not there to make your life better. They are there so that he can continue to control Lagos State. All the stealing that they are doing will continue to be under the cover. All the suffering that people are suffering will continue to be there. And I tell people, see, you might not like Gbadebo. It's okay. Not everybody does not have to like Gbadebo. But I want you to like yourself. I want you to love yourself. I want you to love yourself to the point where you want your children to go to a good school. Can someone send his children to the school that he went to as a child? Can someone go back to Saleko and open the tap that he used to open when he was a child? Can Bola Ahmed Tinubu go back to Saleko and open the tap that water was flowing when he was a child from Water Corporation? If any of them can do it, I will not contest for governor again. We are surrounded by water, yet everybody has to dig borehole. I tell you, as far back as 1910, Lagosians were protesting when they wanted to increase their water bill. That is how far back we had the Water Corporation. Today, Water Corporation itself does not have water. It's not a joke. I can tell you the name of Water Corporation. Water Corporation in Anifoshi. The Water Corporation is here. One of my father's houses is here. My auntie's house is here. The borehole broke in this house. They say, instead of installing another borehole, let us just go to Water Corporation, connect to them, and be supplying us water. We went there. They said they don't have water. That's the Lagos we are living in. So, if your state assembly members, their only means of survival is just by doing what Oga at the top says, then you don't have anybody that's fighting for your interest. So I want Lagosians to love themselves. Your children deserve good education. Look at how Alhaji Jakonde developed Lagos in 4.5 years. I'm sure he was not perfect. I'm sure people have the criticism that they have of him. But nobody can deny his impact in education. Nobody can deny his impact in healthcare. Nobody can deny how he opened Ojo, even this Lekki axis, all the places he opened. Nobody can deny if Buhari did not stop his train plans, we will not have a functional train system in Lagos today. But these people are taking 16 years to build 16 kilometers of road and they want you to clap for them. No. I want, let us love ourselves. We deserve good government. Let us not every election season, because we are talking about election. We just spoke about election that was going to come. Every election season, they enter our brain and say, oh, this person does not speak Yoruba. This person does not speak Yoruba well. This no. After election, when you are by yourself with your children and the suffering is continuing, how is that helping your life? Sorry. So, and when I talk about that, you need government that will return the days of free education, good education, not nonsense education, good education that will make sure that your children, when they go to school, they eat good food for free. Because that's the only way that we are going to get more people to go into school and get a good education. Those are the things that we need to be fighting for. Those are the things that I will do as governor by God's grace.